Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Etheria restart video. So we're 2 days away, guys, from the final beta test at the making of this video. So 2 days from now, I'm going to be getting into the game. I'm going to be playing a bunch of things, maybe doing some recaps on each day, things that I've learned, things to look out for whenever, the global launch happens. I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm going to do. Sadly, I have to work that day. So I'm probably going to be a little bit behind on my first video. It's probably going to come out Friday instead of Thursday. But anyway, as we're getting in there and we're testing some things, if you guys are doing the closed beta, I think the most important thing for everyone to, pay attention to are the free characters that the game ends up giving you. I want you to see how far these characters can get you within the game, how far you can grind in regards to the campaign, how far they get you in dungeons. Most specifically, I think you really need to pay attention to Leon. Leon is the free AoE DPS that you get at the start of the game. She's your first SSR. The game does give you the ability to pull 4 additional SSRs at a discounted rate at one of your choices, right? It's a selective summon that in 40 summons you get, one of the characters, which is why I'm mentioning you should see how far Leon can actually get you, because with her being a DPS, a lot of times in these games, I don't know if other gacha gamers will understand this or not, but most DPS characters in games like this end up being the very first ones that get outpaced. They fall off really, really hard unless there is some kind of future, balance adjustments or nerfs. That does happen. However, most of the time, if the game introduces a new character, I'd say over 50% of the time a DPS versus support or healer or, control hero. So the DPSs are the ones that are going to just get outpaced a lot. And the reason why I mention you should really see how far Leon gets you in dungeons and campaign, all of those things, is really, really important, because as the game introduces more DPSs, the last thing you want to do is be spending your resources on the newest DPS hero, unless you're, a PvP gamer and all of those things, because Leon might be able to just get you up to that point that you need, and then you can pinpoint, other DPSs or other heroes that might get you over that bridge that aren't a SSR DPS, so you're not wasting your resources. That's going to be the main thing that I'm looking out for. You have other DPSs in this game, like Chloros, is single target, like massive DPS hero. The thing is, though, is he's already in game. He's not even new. So the next hero that they release after global launch, because they have that first selective summon for Freya, who is a support hero, which is really great. After her, it's most likely going to be a DPS hero. So I would bet, tons of money that somebody like Chloros is going to be outpaced at that point in time. That's the number one thing that I think people should be doing in this upcoming beta, is just testing how far Leon specifically can get you. If you see how far she can actually get you, she might end up saving you tons of resources down the line. We still don't know how free-to-play friendly or anything this game is, right? Right now, there's just a lot of hype around this game because there's not a lot going on in this space. There hasn't been anything really relevant for a long time, and now we finally get something that looks like it has some staying power. I almost used the dreaded P word, which is potential. As soon as you utter that word, basically the game goes downhill. That's how these things end up usually working. You say, oh, but it had so much potential, and then the game dies, or the developers don't care or anything like that. So, yeah, my recommendation, if you're doing the closed beta, guys, just maximize the amount of effort that you put into Leon. She's going to be one of the characters, by the way, that the game forces you to build, to, you know, enhance her skills, level her up with, you know, those new player kind of trials. It's those things that as you go along at each stage, you'll get better and better rewards. And yeah, they're gonna force you to do it anyway, so that's really good. But I would maximize all of my resources into her in this closed beta test just to see what she can actually do, and maybe save you tons of resources, you know, in the meantime. But this is my last video until the beta test, and I just want to get that out there. Maybe give a little bit of a look into what I'm going to be doing or testing. Maybe you guys are going to be doing the same thing. I don't know. You know, share with me below what your plan is. But that's all I got. Just a quick one today. And yeah, I'll see you in the final beta test. I'm excited, guys. I'll catch you later.